I'm going to be knitting this, whether it's my next project or not. I will definitely be knitting this. Hi everyone, my name's Jessica and welcome to my channel, Knits Made by J. Today I wanted to share with you a recent finished object, my current work in progress, some yarn acquisitions, and then also a couple of patterns that I have my eye on for my next project. So first, for my recently completed garment, if you watched my first video, you would see that I had been working on the Whitmoor cardigan by Amy Lowden. And at that time, I had a bit of a cuff and one sleeve left to work on. And so since uploading that video, I have completed my Whitmoor cardigan and I absolutely love it. And I'll show it to you here, but I'll also include a video of it on me so that you have a better idea of how it fits. But it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I don't have too much to add. I did go into quite a lot of detail in my last video, but here are the buttons I chose. They're so perfect. They're almost like a holographic purple button. And I'm honestly really proud of myself for sewing all these on because I don't like sewing that much. So the fact that I sewed 9 buttons on, yeah, I'm really proud of that. um, but in terms of modifications, I just changed the decrease rate on the sleeves to fit my body better. And then instead of picking up stitches on the underarm as the pattern suggests, I actually went ahead and followed Coco Knits tutorial on YouTube. And so instead of picking up stitches at the underarm, she recommends casting on the number of stitches you need and then working in the round. And then once you've completed the sleeve, you come back and you graph the bottom of the underarm to the body of the sweater. And the way she does it in such a way that it looks seamless. Like you would not know looking at it that these stitches weren't just picked up. And that was really fun to learn another method because, quite frankly, I struggle with picking up stitches evenly, especially if the underarm stitches is different to the stitches available on the body of the sweater. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, so that's the Whitmoor cardigan by Amy Lowden. So glad that that's done. And I've been able to move on to my next project, and that is the Ivy Blouse by PetiteKnit. This is another top-down construction stockinette stitch blouse. It's a raglan constructed blouse, and it's got that neck, that like mock neck that we all know PetiteKnit for. It has it. I have it here on my cloud sweater, and I've been really enjoying knitting this one up. It's kind of knitting up pretty quick. I casted it on last Saturday, and I'm already at the point, not the point of spinning for sleeves, obviously, because that would, you can see I'm not there yet, but um, I'm at the step right before where I'm going to split for the sleeves. So this one's working up super quick. And I honestly didn't anticipate I was going to be finishing this one so soon, but I think in the next 2 weeks it'll be done. And I can't wait to show it off to you all. And then moving on to my recent yarn acquisitions. It was my birthday last month, and my birthday just so happens to fall on Mother's Day weekend too. So I had requested that I take a trip to one of my local yarn stores on my own, no kids in tow. And my husband came through and I was able to do that. And many knitters know this store for their amazing offerings and free US shipping. And that is the Wool and Company store in the Chicagoland area. And I'm just really fortunate that I live a short drive away from that store. So I would say I spend a minimum of 2 hours there every time I go. So it's getting to go there is just such a treat. They have amazing yarns. They have an awesome selection of hedgehog fiber yarns, which I absolutely love for its uniqueness. And then also the fact that they are located in my motherland in County Cork, Ireland. This trip, I picked up some knitting for Olive, merino, and mohair. And I had two patterns in mind going to the store because I have to. Otherwise, Lord knows what I'll come home with. So I had the Ivy blouse, which I just spoke about, in mind, and I knew I wanted to knit it up in a butter yellow colorway. So I went with the Knitting for Olive mohair in the colorway Elderflower. So pretty. It's almost like an antique white, but then when you hold it double, it just gives off this beautiful butter yellow. And green's my favorite color, but I would say yellow is a close second. And so I'm super excited about it. So here you can see it held double for my Ivy blouse. It's just gorgeous. I love it so much. I can't wait. Can't wait to complete this one. And then the second pattern that I had in mind was the Terracotta Sweater by PetiteKnit. I'm dying to make this sweater, although I didn't anticipate I would be finished with the Whitmoor cardigan this quick, and I didn't think I would be almost done with the Ivy blouse. So I'm thinking of putting this pattern off to the end of the summer so I can have it ready for the fall. But anyway, I picked up Knitting for Olive merino in the colorway cream, and I'm going to pair it with Knitting for Olive's mohair in the colorway marzipan, and I think they're going to be so beautiful together. And then for the secondary color, I decided to go with the color Copper held together, which wasn't an easy decision because if you look on Ravelry at that pattern, you'll also see that Lynette has the same pattern knitted up in a like beigey and black colorway. And honestly, I think I love both colorways equally, the copper and beige versus the beige and black. It was really hard for me to decide. I wouldn't be surprised if I change my mind between now and when I knit this and end up going with the black, but we'll see. It's not like I won't have any use for the copper if I decide to do that in the future. So those are my recent yarn acquisitions. And then another thing that I purchased there that isn't yarn, but I absolutely love, is my mini yarn minder by the company Lemonwood. And I use this every single day now since I got it. And if you look at it here, it's got this super cute design on the bottom. It's a unicorn design that's like carved in wood and then painted. It's so pretty. And the holograph band here. And what I'll do is typically I will loop this and I will hang it off my lamp right next to the couch in the evenings when I'm knitting. And it's just awesome. It's perfect. And I don't get my yarns tangled up, which does happen to me quite a bit prior to having this. So it's kind of eliminated that frustration. And I spend a lot of time knitting in my car just when I'm like waiting for my kids while they're doing activities. I'll park up and I will hang this off my mirror. And yeah, it's just like super handy to be able to knit in the car without like my yarn going everywhere. And I absolutely love it. I'll include a link to it down in the description box. I saw today when I was looking at it online that they have a not so mini yarn minder, which I feel like I'm probably going to have to purchase. This one's meant to be for one ball of yarn. I always manage to get two of the Knitting for Olives on there, but I'm assuming the not so mini is for projects where you're holding large cakes double. But yeah, I absolutely love this. It has changed my knitting game. I'm no longer getting all my yarn like tangled up and knotted because I used to do that and it would drive me insane. So yeah, I highly recommend this cute yarn minder from Lemonwood. And now moving on to a couple of patterns that I have my eye on. So when I went to the yarn store for my birthday, I had the Ivy blouse and the terracotta sweater in mind. However, I didn't think I was going to get through the Whitmoor cardigan so quick. I didn't think I was going to get through the Ivy blouse so quick. And it's mid-June, and I mean, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have nothing to knit other than the terracotta sweater, but I'm not going to be able to wear that because 90 degrees in Chicagoland right now. So I'm trying to find a interim project, and I've been really interested in trying my hand at knitting a vest. I've now knit some sweaters, I've knit a cardigan, I've never knit a vest. And I love the versatility of them. I love that you can wear them on their own. You can pair them with a cute little t-shirt or like a long sleeve mock turtleneck for cooler months. And so I've been really keeping my eye out for a pattern that speaks to me. I have three to share with you today. I haven't made my mind up yet which one I'm going to knit next. I feel like I'm probably going to end up knitting all of them, let's be real. But for my next project, I've whittled it down to these three, and I have yet to make a decision which one it's going to be. But starting off with the first one, it is the Soul Top by Mochi Knits. It is a beautiful top-down constructed vest. The designer uses Camarosa Love Tanned 100% organic linen. I also think a cotton yarn or a pure silk yarn would be beautiful too and would work really well for this item if you're looking to wear it in the summer months. What I think is awesome about this particular vest is that you can wear it on its own in the summer, or as it gets cooler, you can pair it with a short sleeve tee in the fall. And then into the winter, you could wear it with a, for example, long sleeve mock neck top underneath, and it would look so pretty. It's got these adorable bow tie closures at the front, and then it has like a loose like large underarm area, which is perfect for when you're wearing it in hot weather. The designer recommends using 3.5 millimeter needles, and this pattern has a gauge of 26 stitches by 40 rows. Okay, so on to my second vest pattern that I have my eye on, and that is the Vilma top by Gregoria Fibers. This vest is just stunning. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be knitting this, whether it's my next project or not. I will definitely be knitting this vest in the near future. It just screams cottagecore vibes. I believe I read on Ravelry that the designer was inspired by bohemian style, and I can definitely see that in how she constructs this vest. It's constructed from the bottom up, and it's just got this beautiful like floral motif throughout the body, and then this beautiful detailed hem at the bottom, and it's beautiful. It's meant to be knitted up crop, although I do think that you could adjust that to be whatever length suits you. The designer recommends using 4 millimeter needles in order to get a gauge of 21.5 stitches by 30 rows. She also uses Filicalana's Peruvian yarn, which is a 100% Peruvian highland wool. I personally don't think my neurodivergent brain could handle Highland wool. It's a little bit too scratchy for me. So if I do knit this up, I think I'm going to go ahead and use a merino cotton blend just to make it a little bit more wearable in like the late summer, early fall temps when it's still a little bit warm outside, but getting a little bit cooler. So it'll be warm but breathable. And again, I think this vest could be worn with a cute little short sleeve tee underneath, or you could pair it with a long sleeve top underneath, whether that be, your typical crew neck or a mock turtleneck. I think it would be super cute. And yeah, that's the Vilma top by Gregoria Fibers. And moving on to my third vest pattern that I have my eye on, and that is the Shoreline top by Cheryl Mokhtari. This is another top-down constructed vest. It's absolutely stunning. It gives me like coastal grandma vibes, and it's beautiful. It is knitted in Gepard's cotton waves in the colorway raw white. Now, the only issue is that I'm dying to knit it up, but I cannot find the yarn anywhere. It is sold out on Gepard's website, and I looked into all the UK and US stockists, and it's sold out everywhere. I believe Gepard said that it is going to be restocked in August. So I'm trying to patiently wait for them to stock it so that I can get that yarn and make this vest. But yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. The yarn is so unique. It's a boucle cotton. I've never seen that before. I've seen tons of boucle yarns, but never a boucle cotton in this weight. You could make this vest using a regular boucle or like a teddy bear type boucle yarn, which I believe Gepard actually does have. I just feel like it might not be as special as if you were to make it with the cotton waves yarn. That's just my personal view. Either way, I'm sure it would be beautiful, but I'm just holding out for Gepard to restock that yarn so that I can make this pattern. The designer uses 4.5 millimeter needles, and the gauge is 16 stitches by 24 rows. And that is the Shoreline top by Cheryl Mokhtari. Okay, well, that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm hoping for my next video, I'll have a completed Ivy blouse to share with you. Fingers crossed. And then I'm also hoping to have a decision made on which vest I'm going to move forward with, and then also the yarn that I choose for that vest. If you have any vest patterns that you would like to recommend, please let me know down in the comments section. I love to hear all recommendations. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on my next video. All right, thank you so much. Bye.